All right. Test.
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 Convincing idiots! Fuck yeah! Coming back for segment 3, yeah, the idiots! Fuck yeah! Talking about some patriotic movies! That's
Excellent.
right. 4th of July has just passed, ladies and gentlemen. It was fantastic. Convincing idiots. Back here for segment number 3. I'm Millennial Nick, along with Zennial Dean and Gen X Brian.
That's me.
If you're familiar with the jingle I just sang or the date on the calendar, you will know that the 4th of July was just here. And it is a America-centric patriotic holiday. And so we thought we would discuss perhaps some all-time patriotic movies. So let's start with Brian. Brian, what makes you feel patriotic?
I just love watching this movie. Watch it this season again. I'm going to give you Rocky IV. So, yeah, I know this was on Dean's list also, and most influential movies as a kid. Probably made this list here as well. I'm sure we're going to have some overlap in this list.
Rocky single-handedly ended the Cold War. Come on. What's more patriotic than that?
Yeah. We talked about this movie many times. It's just, when you compare Rocky 1 to Rocky 4, it is like...
It's absurd.
Miles apart.
It's almost like almost like they're mocking. You know what I mean? It's so different.
Yeah, just the whole movie is just over the top, crazy, fun, ridiculous. The whole James Brown singing, living in America. The whole Apollo.
There's robots.
Yes, 80s robots. Russia versus USA, like you said, and I don't care what anybody says that the whole training montage of Sylvester Stallone in Russia, just fucking fabulous. Full comparison of him, the old school versus the modern training and everything. So it's just so much fun.
As a child from the 1980s, I tell you, anytime there was a hill in the snow I had to go up, you're goddamn right. In my head, I'm Rocky Balboa. Crawling, running up a fucking mountain in Siberia and reaching the top like it's the steps of the Philadelphia, whatever that was. Was it? No, the Philadelphia was that a? I think it's a museum actually.
Yeah, I believe so. They have the statue there now for real. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. A little Dean Drago.
Yeah. And then the helicopter spin around him as he's standing alone on the mountain. Just so absurd. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of fun. I watch it every Independence Day season the last few years. It's just a lot of fun. A little tradition there. That's it. That's what I got. That's one of mine. Dean, what do you got?
Okay, since you took one of my number ones, I'm going to go with what is more patriotic. We're going to stick with the idea of beating the Russians, but this time we're going to do it on our turf. We are going 1984 Red Dawn.
Good movie.
Nothing is more patriotic than beating the Ruskies on our home turf. These teenagers all came together from every walks of life to build the band of misfit soldiers, and when we push back and we win, God damn it, we are the USA. Red Dawn.
All right. Yeah. Good.
Nice. I'll start off with an easy one here. Obviously, the way I brought in the segment, Team America, World Police.
Yes.
It is a great embodiment of the United States. It's essentially, it's in a very satirical way, but also in many ways very fucking accurate. So, Team America. The guys from South Park did a great job on that movie. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious and over the top, but I always enjoyed that movie. So, Team America, World Police.
I hadn't watched that movie, Nick, in years.
Yeah.
And
You want to know a secret?
What? You ever
I've
saw
never
it?
seen it.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
right
really?
up your is right up your sense of humor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would think so.
It's definitely
I don't know why. I've never
South
seen it.
Park
Just never seen it.
plus type. Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is incredible puppetry. The whole thing is like marionettes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
But it was I made it. I was listening to the Drew Carey radio show, Nick, and he played the theme of that.
Yeah.
And so I added it to a little 4th of July playlist, and I'm like, this is just funny. And I'm like, I'm gonna watch. So I set it up.
So lick my butt and suck on my balls. It's blaring in your backyard.
Yeah,
The fuck?
yeah, that's what I did. I set up in the backyard watching it. I'm like, yeah, this is a little bit racy to have on the screen out here, but yeah. So I
Neighbor looks out the
especially-
window. Must be 4th of July again.
yeah.
What
there's some
about
definitely
the
over the top stuff?
the sex scene? There's a sex scene, and it's a fucking sex scene.
Yeah, that's right.
With marionettes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
should watch it sometime.
Oh yeah, it's on HBO Max right now, free.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watch it there. Yep. But good one, Nick. All right, I'm going to give you a superhero one here. I think I don't know of a superhero movie much more patriotic than Captain America: The First Avengers. So,
Sure.
First Captain America movie, just fantastic. Steve Rogers, just set in wartime. Whole Captain America origin story. You've all seen the movie. I mean, if you haven't
Sure.
seen Captain America by now, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but if for some reason you haven't or haven't seen it in a while, it still holds up. Yeah, rewatch it. Holds up very well. And again, if you want to have definitely feel patriotic, that's definitely a great movie to throw on there. Easy watch, a lot of fun. Captain America: The First Avenger. Dean, what's your next one?
My next one on my Mount Rushmore. We mentioned that it was Mount Rushmore? I mean, it is patriotic.
That's right.
I'm going to go with it. Literally, as in the title. It is the title. In the 2000s, Mel Gibson in The Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, unfortunately, was overshadowed because it came out the same time as Gladiator. So I think it hurt it in a sense. But it's a really good movie. It is about the revolution and this guy coming out of kind of retirement, so to speak, to fight in the Revolutionary War and become like this hero and the patriot. And yes, it takes liberties with some actual historic characters, of course, but it's still just a great movie. Patriot.
Yeah, I rewatched that this week too, Dean. I hadn't seen that movie in a long time.
It's great.
It's free.
I watched it and was
Pluto
shocked
TV.
to find Tom Brady not in it. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, most people are. Yeah.
It's like young Heath Ledger's in this as his son. It's like that was kind of sad to see Heath Ledger in this. He's so good in it too. He's great. And Mel Gibson, like you said, great. And then the guy that played the main redcoat, the main British villain, he was
absolutely.
a real hateable character. Great job. But definitely get you patriotic. You're right.
That's right. Nick?
I'm sticking in tone here with Brian's pick. In my opinion, the most patriotic movie of all the Marvel films is Black Panther. They are Wakanda above all else. They are country first. Just an absolutely incredible movie. The respect that they carry for their country, and that they, kind of
patriotic, just patriotic for another country.
Well, patriotic is not exclusive to the United
right.
States. Every country would be patriotic, right? Yeah. I don't have many American patriotic movies.
No, because you're not.
Right. But Black Panther. It was kind of the embodiment of patriotism. It's everything's Wakanda forever, and they all band together and they put they're a country, but almost like a large city run like a small tribe, and they all look out for each other, and they're always protecting one another before all else. So I thought that was very admirable, and I found Black Panther to be a very patriotic film. So I have Black Panther. So Brian.
Yeah, interesting thought. Good.
That was
No,
Brian's
that's a-
way of
that's a
saying
good-
you're fucking wrong.
No, I see that.
I haven't
side
seen
of it.
any
No, that's
patriotic
good.
American movies. All right.
No, that's good. You're right. It doesn't have to be unique to United States patriotism necessarily. So,
Right.
how about
You watched this
Independence
Nazi movie
Day?
you really enjoyed.
No.
Nick's like,
They
did
put
they
the-
ever make Mein Kampf into a movie?
They only had each other and the Reich. That was all. They lived and breathed for the Reich. Very admirable.
Are you watching the goddamn History Channel again? Yeah, shut up. Yeah.
Oh my God, what's Nick laughing at in there? Watching Schindler's List again.
Independence Day.
Yeah,
So this is
absolutely.
Will Smith, fights the aliens. Who was the president in this?
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. Fantastic.
Is there
Yeah.
Is there a better, hurrah hurrah speech, especially by a president, than what Bill Pullman does in that movie just before the final battle?
Yeah, that's a great scene, and
Absolutely.
A throwback is we did an episode like maybe a year or so ago, or 2 years ago, where we did our favorite fictional U.S. presidents in
Right,
movies.
yeah. Mhm.
Bill Pullman was definitely at the top of it. He might have been number one. He was definitely at the top. He was
I
definitely
actually
way
think he
up
was. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure all three of us had it.
there. A kick-ass president, like you said, his speech was phenomenal. He's an ex-fighter pilot. He gets up there and fights the aliens. Randy Quaid's in this before he went too nutty.
Sure.
Jeff Goldblum. It's just a great, fun movie. Feel good. You're kind of fighting for the Earth
I'm a little upset that I don't have that on my
but
list.
yeah. So yeah, Will Smith is likable, back then.
Right.
So this is in the.
I mean, he slaps an alien, but it's
It's
acceptable.
okay. That's right.
Yeah.
It's okay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Independence Day. There you go.
Very
Dean,
good.
what else you got?
I'm going to go with a little bit serious. I'm going to go with, it was my original thought when this subject came up, 1989 Tom Cruise classic, Born on the 4th of July.
Mm.
It is about a Vietnam veteran who comes home to just the trials and tribulations of what the veterans did come home to. He had lost the use of his legs in the war, and it is a true story. It's based on a true story. The character is a real life guy, and it kind of goes about his journey of trying to not only get back into society, but also fight for the rights of the veterans. And it is it's very, very touching, very, very powerful. Yeah, definitely a great movie. Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah, one of his probably better acting performances. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, besides Days of Thunder, but
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Nick?
I'm gonna give you. I'll skip one of my other ones here. I'll give you a good juicy American one. All right, just to keep Brian happy. All right, here we go. I got a good juicy American story for you. Miracle, the Miracle
Yes.
on Ice. The story of the Miracle on Ice.
see, now that is
Miracle
patriotic.
That's a good movie.
was a great movie. I would never typically root for the Americans in hockey. However, it is a great true story and fantastic. Dude, Kurt Russell is incredible as Herb Brooks. Just a
Sure.
great. I love that movie, man. I watch it. I shouldn't say I watch it all the time. I own it on DVD, but it's one of those ones. Anytime it's on or I happen across it, I can't help but watch it. It's just so good. And then my love for hockey and everything. So Miracle is definitely a good and a good patriotic movie. So there's that. Miracle.
I'm with you. Arguably one of Kurt Russell's finest acting performances in that movie. That locker room speech of him,
Yeah, right.
it's fantastic.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a ton of great quotable lines in there. I mean, just from practices and training camps and all the things that he says. We feel like stupid shit. Like we'll say to each other, like, "You don't want to work on the ice now? That's okay. We'll work now," or whatever. The stupid, like not stupid, but the name on the front means a hell of a lot more than the one on the back and all that stuff. It's just good quotable lines. Great movie. And the injury one's my favorite when he says, I forget what it's. He had a bruised. like a deep bruise in his on his knee or something like that, or his leg, and he was like, "The leg's a hell of a long way from the heart," or something like that, and get out there and play. So, just definitely good quotable sports lines.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Have we ever
Brian.
done who would play us in a movie? Because I want Kurt Russell to play Brian.
Yeah,
I would take that.
I can see that. Yeah.
I look more like the father of in the Guardians 2, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
At this point. So,
Well,
but
I
you
mean,
could have that look.
It's time appropriate, so
Yeah, it is.
Or the Santa Claus one. Santa Claus Kurt Russell.
Yeah. That's
There you
too
go.
close to that. You got dangerously close to that. Yeah, that's very good.
I was thinking what is it, the Hateful Eight?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've seen your beard a little longer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll take that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. How about Apollo 13?
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, again, to me, such a all-star cast in this thing. I mean, it's obviously a failed mission to the moon, a problem with the ship, and they get creative to survive and orbit the moon to get back to Earth. Tom Hanks. It's again, super stellar acting with many people in this film. Again, one of Tom Hanks' best performances, in my opinion. A lot of fun. I hadn't seen it in a long time. My mom was over here for, I think when she was recovering from her knee surgery or something like that. Wanted to watch it, and I kind of sat down and just got sucked right into it again. So yeah, just a rock solid movie. And again, definitely makes you feel it's the American spirit,
Sure.
American triumph, ingenuity. Exactly right.
Well,
to survive that mission. Go ahead.
Do you guys know the fun fact? If you're keeping track, this is Dean's fun fact of the day. Jack Black's mother was one of the engineers that created like it in the movie. Gary Sinise put the thing together, but that's not how it went. Jack Black's mother was working on the solution to get them home. Had to stop, go give birth to him. And she called like the director and gave him the solution. So Jack Black's mother gave birth to Jack Black while getting the boys home from Apollo 13.
Damn.
How about that?
You sure you didn't make that up?
Nope. Actually, just to double check before I said it, I did Google it just to make sure that the story was right. But I was right.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Yeah. So. I figured you guys would have heard that before, but
Very cool.
all right. I'm going to go with, and I'm sure we all saw it in school, but 1776 from 1972. It was about the founding fathers and the Declaration of Independence. All of us in my generation, Nick, I'm sure you might be right there with me, would recognize playing John Adams was Mr. Feeney himself. Anthony Daniels. So, but it was a staple in school. It's one of those. It's not the best production, but it is obviously it tells just the story of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and all of that sort of thing. But Mr. Feeney's playing fucking John Adams, so
That's pretty cool.
what's more patriotic than that?
Yeah.
Mr. Feeney, Anthony Daniels?
Yeah. From Boy
C-3PO?
Meets World? No.
Oh, okay.
That's Feeney's name, right? Guy, yeah.
Well, okay.
I just know him as Mr. Feeney. I don't actually know his real name.
Okay. All right. If it's also Anthony
William
Daniels.
Daniels. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I must
Anthony
have had
Daniels
this like
is
when writing it
C-3PO.
down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, God damn it, I knew it was William Daniels. Yeah.
William Daniels. Okay. Very good.
Oh my! We must sign the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, the British are coming. Maybe we should surrender. Yes. William Daniels.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I never saw that movie, 1776. I can't
Really?
remember
You guys
what
didn't see
it
it in
was.
school?
I don't think so. They didn't have moving
Alright.
pictures when Brian was in school.
Yeah, we had fucking film.
He was
strips and
signing the
shit like that.
Declaration of Independence. He was living that shit.
Our movie pictures were like beep. Beep.
Quick, draw the next cave painting.
All right.
Nick, what do you got?
Oh, all right. Here we go. Here's another good patriotic movie. Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings. The Jamaican bobsled team.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The Jamaicans actually form a bobsled team. They go to the Winter Olympics and compete. And what's more patriotic than everybody sitting back in Jamaica watching these boys go down that ice track, waving their flags, sweating their asses off in huts and shit, and rooting on their bobsled team. They're singing, they got their song going, the flags are going. It's a very patriotic movie. So Cool Runnings to the Jamaican bobsled team.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm going to give you Stripes. I'm not saying these are the best patriotic
From Gremlins.
movies. No. The Bill Murray, Harold Ramis movie in the Army. I know we've talked about this movie in the past, other episodes of where movies they had weird endings. This made my list of movies that had the questionable endings. The third act really kind of goes off the rails with them fighting the Russians and everything. But
well, it was the 80s.
It is
everybody fought the Russians in the 80s.
Yes, that's right.
One way or the other.
But it was a fun, patriotic movie in the sense of two guys join the military and they do, band together, pull the platoon together. There's a lot of fun scenes there. His whole speech, that kind of makes the movie for me. The whole Bill Murray speech in the hangar to motivate everybody, talking about the American soldier to rally the troops and finish the training and have that whole scene where they're doing the fun marching and everything like that. That's part of the movie, kind of makes the movie for me. But yeah, just a fun patriotic. I watched that movie a ton growing up on cable as a kid, so definitely gives me the patriotic feels. That's my 5, by the way. So we'll recap our list later. So Dean, what else you got?
My 5th one, I'm going to go with military as well, but I'm going to go a little more realistic. I'm going to go Glory from 1989. It was about the first African American regiment fighting, obviously, for the North. Matthew Broderick. It had Denzel Washington. Were those two biggest stars, but it was a great movie. I think it did win Oscars, right? I would assume.
I don't know, but it definitely was a very popular movie.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, spoiler alert, but it happened in history, in real life, and in the movie. But like, it was one of those where, as a kid, you weren't used to seeing every main character die at the end.
Yeah,
like,
Morgan
there was nobody
Freeman was in that as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, that's right. Morgan Freeman. That's right.
89.
Yep. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check that out. I mean, it's a true story. It's, like I said, it's based on the first African American regiment in the North, because they had back then they'd had some African Americans, like in troops and stuff, kind of doing underling things. But this was like they put these guys together and gave them their own troop, and Matthew Broderick was chosen to lead it. Not back in the actual time, but in the movie, it was Matthew Broderick. So.
Yeah, the movie, by the way, it's from Academy Awards real quick here. Denzel won Best Supporting Actor.
That's right.
It won for Best Cinematography and Best Sound. That's what it won Academy Awards for. Here you go.
That makes sense.
And it won, it won for, Denzel also won the Golden Globe. Sorry. There you go. Yep. Nice. Okay.
All right. Am I up? Is this it?
This is it.
I think number 5.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys. I saved the best for last. This is
it's Jingle
nothing,
all the way. God damn it.
Nothing represents the country better than, I would say, this movie. It is Jingle All the Way, because it highlights consumerism at its highest peak. And what is more American than the need to have everything?
That's
and
right.
to have things and accumulate things. So Jingle All the Way. is my last
Are you
submission.
serious?
Yeah, well, fucking 100%. I have Jingle. It's the first one I wrote down.
Making a joke.
Yeah, no, Jingle all the way. Yeah, man, consumerism, man. That's America. Yeah, Jingle all the way.
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Any honorable? So let's recap our 5 first of all. So my 5 was Stripes, Captain America: The First Avenger, Independence Day, Rocky IV, Apollo 13. Dean, what was yours?
I had Red Dawn, The Patriot, Born on the 4th of July, 1776, and Glory.
And I had Team America, Black Panther, Miracle, Cool Runnings, and Jingle All the Way.
Very good.
Yes.
Any honorable mentions? You guys will
I
mention
do.
it quick.
I got one. 1994's Forrest Gump. What's more American than showing, history through the eyes of a mentally challenged fella running around getting into things?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nick, any honorable mentions you had?
Yeah, I wrote down Braveheart. Braveheart was a very patriotic movie. He was a warrior, and just
I get that.
so Braveheart was a good one. And then I also wrote down Air Force One, as you mentioned.
Yep.
We did our fictional presidents. Harrison
Yep.
Ford's my all-time favorite fictional president. So definitely served as a great president, and so yeah.
But you didn't put it. But you didn't add him. You just
it's
honorable
not
mention.
better than the other ones that I put.
Get
down.
off my list.
Yeah, it's not better than the Jamaican bobsled team.
For sure.
I mean, it's a bobsled team in the Olympics from Jamaica.
Every time you repeat the plot, doesn't make it better.
Oh, and John Candy's in it. Hello.
All right. That is a fair. That is fair. All right.
Add John Candy, instantly better film.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Whatever it is.
that's true.
Yes.
You add the
absolutely.
Canadian like that to anything, it's going to get better. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Great Outdoors should have been dog shit.
You're right. Yep. I had 3 honorable mentions. We already mentioned them, so we won't get into the details at all. The Patriot, Team America, World Police, and Miracle were on my honorable
Nice
mentions.
I got the list up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to see if there's anything that we missed. We got pretty. I think between the 3 of us,
I'm surprised neither one of you said Saving Private Ryan, actually.
You know what? I put that as like, maybe I should say that, but
I've never seen it. I just know it's like, a big thing.
I've seen it in such a long time. You're right.
Yeah.
It's these are, again, our favorite. It's not necessarily the best, like I said.
Gotcha.
So I just haven't seen that movie in a long time. I haven't seen not Old Glory, but Glory in a long time. Gettysburg was another one that was on all these lists.
Yes,
I never saw it. Think of.
You've never seen Gettysburg?
I don't think so.
It's a long one. That's a really long one.
So looking at that list, there's definitely movies in. If you look up any list of best patriotic movies that I would like to see, just haven't gotten around to. The ones Dean caught your eye that should have been on our list, maybe that just didn't.
Yeah, you have like The Right Stuff about them going to the moon.
Yeah.
The American President.
Yeah.
With Michael Douglas. Gettysburg obviously is on there, right? Mr.
Lincoln's
Smith goes
on all
to
these
Hollywood.
lists.
Yeah, Lincoln, young Lincoln also. Yeah, there's a lot of those,
Abraham
patriotic
Lincoln,
movies.
Vampire Killer, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. That really should be number 1. Actually, I did finally see that for the first time a couple months ago. Wow, that's something else. I like history, and I like Abraham Lincoln, and I like vampire lore. I thought this should really be fantastic. I actually originally, years ago, I was painting in one of the rooms, and I got the audio book of that. I didn't even get through like 3 chapters. It was just absurd. So
the book is a lot better. Yeah, but
you can like different things, but
finish the book.
You can like beer and you can like hot dogs, but you might end up with a soggy bun in the middle of it. It doesn't mean they go together, right? There you go.
There you go.
It's a good life motto.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Might end up with soggy buns. Now that could be good or bad, but
It depends on who you are and what you like.
That's right.
We don't judge.
No, never.
Right. Well, a motto actually, you may have soggy buns, but we have sharp needles. Something like that. Something like that. We're working on the working on the
It's a work in progress.
phrase,
We'll
but
get there.
it's a work in progress for Golden Heart Tattoo, our final sponsor here. So
I want to tattoo all my buttons.
yeah, I'm sure they'll do it. You get a tattoo of a hot dog and a soggy bun, perhaps on your buns. I don't know.
It's a meta shit there.
I like
That's
where that's
right.
going.
Find them in Norton, Ohio at Golden Heart Norton and ORTON on Facebook. Give them a call, 234-706-2982. Find them online also at goldenhearttattoos.com. And I have some new ink that's been healing here. So Scott added the Twilight Zone eyeball here.
Nice.
Yeah, then equals MC squared. So kind of have the Twilight Zone door here now. This is a double set from Twilight Zone. He blended some of this in, and you get a little Twilight Zone theme happening here. So Scott does great work and very attentive.
My nephew is very talented.
Everything else. There you go. Perfect. All right. Your nephew?
Yeah, he's my nephew.
He's your nephew.
Every time I walk in the door, Uncle Nick, his favorite uncle.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Perfect. His dad is married to my sister-in-law. So he's my nephew.
Well, I know that.
Yeah.
So why can't I be a nephew? I call you Uncle Nick constantly.
Well, yeah, but I'm an uncle to your son. You call me Uncle Nick, like I would call my dad Grandpa. To my kids,
that makes sense,
so to speak. Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't make sense on why we both...
I'm actually his uncle.
Sure. But it still doesn't make sense on why you and I both called Brian Daddy when we're off the air. But,
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what it's about.
Right. All right. Well, Daddy says it's time to end this episode number 147. Gentlemen.
147. Well,
raise a flag and salute. Nick,
before Daddy spanks me, I'm going to go ahead and get this outro going. So, if you've not already done so,
well, hold on. May I interrupt?
You may. I don't know. Does Daddy say it's okay if you interrupt?
Sure.
Thank you.
Beg him for it.
Daddy, please.
Is there something, or are you just?
Yes, I'm getting there. I have to control this weird boner I have.
Okay.
I think, given the circumstances of the show, I think you should give this outro as a speech, as like a Independence Day speech. Give us let us know that this is where to find us, America.
Okay.
Good.
Well, if you're listening out there, I know this is a very tumultuous time. You're probably a little nervous. You're probably a little frightened. But I'm here to reassure you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to reassure you not to fear. For I am President Brian, and I'm going to tell you where you can find peace of mind. That's right. All you have to do is go to Google and type in Convincing Idiots Linktree. And there you're going to find all kinds of links to our social media accounts. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threaded, and so many more. And for all that information as well, you can go over to our website, and that is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am your fearless leader, Millennial Nick.
I am Daniel Dean.
I cannot tell a lie. Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to join us in battle for the next episode of Convincing Idiots? Rah! Come on. Fuck. Let's go. Rah!
Yeah, fuck. Let's go.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more. Dean, the sleaze video was last week. How are you dressed like that?
I'm on vacation, motherfucker. I leave tomorrow, so I figured I would dress beach appropriate right now.
Is that for a 65-year-old man?
Save your jokes. Save them. Come on. 2 hours of this shit.